Good morning, lads. I am so hyped. Welcome to today's video. So, heard from Darren this morning. The fueling is perfect. Not a single issue there anymore. So he sent me a new file. We've loaded it on the Skyline and I'm about to go and do some fourth gear pulls at my special spot, which also means we'll be going to Daikoku, PA a little bit and just doing a U-turn there, maybe getting some canned coffee or something and then heading back. So once we do some data logging, we'll send that to Darren and get a new file probably today. Second thing that I'm super pumped about. So if you remember last night when I was eating gummy bears working on the Skyline, I literally split one of my teeth in two. It's like the only bad tooth in my entire mouth, where like they did a root canal on it a few years ago. So every like 5 or so years, it kind of like breaks down and ends up breaking. So I'm not surprised that it happened. But yeah, anyways, my dentist was able to squeeze me in today, which I'm really excited about because it just means it's going to get fixed right away, which is awesome. And then thirdly, I want to say a massive thank you to each and every one of you that is killing it and grabbing yourself some SAMMIT merch. If you haven't gotten on the bandwagon yet, I'm struggling to speak because for some reason I like speaking really fast. All of that aside, if you haven't jumped on the bandwagon, get yourself some fresh SAMMIT merch, definitely go do that. Top link in the description. You won't regret it. It's seriously the best thing ever if you want to support me and what I do. Also, another thing to help out the channel and help us grow is smash that like button and write a comment. The YouTube algorithm will highly favor that on my videos. And with that, let's get on with the video. Let's go do some fourth gear pulls and get this data logging for Darren and go see if there's anything at DPA, I guess. Have a coffee, chill out, get my teeth drilled. I don't think he's gonna let me film in there and I don't think you guys really want to see that. But why am I still talking? Long intro, let's go. What a rush. Fourth gear pulls on this are nuts. But there's a Nismo Amori factory right there. We're about 4 minutes away from Daikoku, PA. I seriously, every time I do a fourth gear pull in this, I get the biggest adrenaline rush. It's insane. It's honestly so crazy how fast you end up going all the way to rev limiter in fourth gear. Anyways, we got the data logged, so we're gonna send that to Darren once we get to the DPA. I'll hotspot off my phone and email it to him, and then we'll start heading home. To no one's surprise, Daikoku, PA is full of nothing but just like commercial cars today. I think mine's like the only Skyline here, which is kind of super rare. Yo, I didn't even notice this, but my front bar actually goes over the curb here. That's that Ebisu spec for you, bruh. I really need to clean that thing, it's dirty. Anyways, I got out because all I want to do is get a quick bottle of water and then we got to jump back in the car and head to my dentist appointment. I just sent the log off to Darren and everything looks amazing. Get some boost turned on and then that thing's going to be epic. I went to get my change and there was literally like 2 butterflies in there. There was only one there then, but it was kind of crazy. First time I scared the first one off and then I was like, wait, is that a butterfly? Random as. All right, let's head now, guys. I figured before we jump on the road, considering I did just do a really big fourth gear pull and I had a lot of this stuff apart in the engine bay, I popped the hood and just doing a check over everything, making sure we're all G. And everything looks good. I also just went and did a quick check on all the bolts and everything from removing and replacing the turbo rear housing. That all looks good, nothing's gone loose there. No fuel leaks or any signs of that. New fuel pressure regulators looking great. We're all good, I think. I'll check in the back too and just make sure the relay's not like getting super hot. It's a good thing to just make sure we're all G there too. Want this thing to be reliable. Skylines are actually fairly reliable until you start trying to mess with them, you know, try and make more power, aka exactly what I'm doing. Yeah, the relay's like warm, but not like crazy hot or anything like that, so that's fine. Cool. I think we're all good. Let's get back on the road and get my tooth fixed. Just got out of the dentist and quite frankly, I'm curious, is there anyone out there that actually enjoys going to the dentist? Because if there is, I think you'd be a very weird person. Anyways, I'm genuinely curious if people out there actually do enjoy the dentist. They could only do a temporary fix today because it's like a root canal tooth. They have to put a solution in, wait a couple days and then redo it. So I go back at this on the 24th, Christmas Eve, and then they restructure the tooth. So right now there's just like a temporary cap on there, but we're all good. And the best thing about Japan, that only costs me $20. $20, and then the next time will only cost me $20 as well. If this was Australia, that'd be like 500 bucks. No, more, like $1,000. Australia is nuts. Anyways, I thought this was really funny. They gave me a little Christmas bag with, get this, floss for your teeth. And so you get this little floss thing here, right? And then get this, a sugar-free Of course, because it's a dentist, right? Sugar-free candy. That's in the shape of teeth. Go figure. All right, anyways, let's go home and do something. I don't even know. So a little update for you guys. It's a bit dark now, but we do have a new file from Darren to load, which I'm pumped on. So we got to do some more pulls. Let's load this sucker. And we should see a bunch of changes. Yep, there we go. Fuel map and stuff like that's all sorted. We'll store that to the ECU. Bam. All right, let's start this puppy up. Oh yeah, I'm pumped. All right, so now we got to go do a 4th gear pull. And then after this next pull, we'll be able to turn boost on and get that dialed in. But things are looking really good. You lads already know that before we get to the 1 gun to do our 4th gear pulls, we need a little bit of a pick-me-up. I only slept for 3.5 hours last night, so time for a caramel macchiato. Here we are, we made it to the PA after a ridiculous amount of adrenaline in my system after that pull. I swear, like, I'll never get used to 4th gear pulls, they're insane. It's a really nice Ichigo gang. S15 there. I'm sorry to anyone who doesn't like me saying Ichigo gang. It's gonna be a thing. In fact, one day I wanna make a music video for it. So if any of you guys are good at writing and making music and all that kind of stuff and wanna jump on board, please send me a DM and let's work something out. I wanna make an Ichigo gang song. I think that'd be super sick. Dr. Dre, get Dre in there, we'll get Eminem, we'll get all the boys in. Have some fun. I'm just talking out of my ass now. Anyways. Yeah, it was a Ferrari there. Was it a 458? That's nice. Anyways, we're not really here to look at cars. We're kind of more so here just to turn around and go back because we've finished our pulls. But let's pull up and park and send the log to Darren and see if he's still at the workshop. Because if he's still at his workshop, he'll probably be able to send me the new file with boost turned on, which will be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. So I wanted to show you guys this log. And the main reason I want to show you guys this log is because here's a perfect example of a noisy CAS. So you can see here we start, this is where it gets iffy. So you can see that the green one says engine speed. So you can see here we're climbing up to 7,000 RPM, but see how it's getting noisy and it's going from like 6,700, 65, 66, 63, while the curve is still going up. That's a really noisy CAS. That just essentially means there's either something wrong with the sensor or my belt may be a little bit too loose. So I'll probably look at that tomorrow and maybe just tighten the belt a tiny bit, but we are planning to replace this CAS with a proper trigger kit. So we'll get that done as well early next year. But otherwise, everything looks really, really good. One other thing I wanted to show you guys is just the difference in spool time is ridiculous compared to the old tune. So right now we're sitting at 2,800 RPM in this log and we hit our full gate pressure. Now previously this thing could not reach gate pressure till 4,500 RPM on the older, smaller housing, and the same with this housing previously. So a whole bunch of things come into the reason why this thing is way more responsive now. One, timing. That little tooth, that one tooth was out on the intake tam. 2, VCT was never enabled by the old tuner. 3, the old tuner's ignition table was really, really strange and didn't really make sense, and therefore this thing wasn't going to be responsive. So all of that combined, and we now have a way more responsive car with the older, bigger housing as well. So I'm absolutely gobsmacked at these results. Anyways, I'm going to send this log to Darren and hopefully we can get another file. So I've just been chatting to Darren and he's actually had left the workshop, so he didn't have a moment to go and look at the log. But from what I spoke to him about and told him what the log looked like, he says everything looks good. So tomorrow morning we'll have a new tune that he'll send me with boost. And then once we confirm that that's all good, then it's pretty much he'll remote in live and get the idle like perfect, because right now idle is a little bit rich. It's idling at like 11, 12 and fluctuates a little bit, but it's okay because it's not like super urgent to get my idle sorted out. Right now I really just want to be able to, you know, drift this thing at the comp and get boost and everything like that. And because we have a noisy CAS, he's pulled out a fair bit of timing in the high end up there just to make things safe in case anything's going on there. We'll definitely be getting that new like hull effect kind of trigger kit for the CAS, as well as I am tomorrow going to check my timing belt and just make sure it's definitely tight enough, and I will just tighten it a tiny bit more. I don't mind having a little bit of the tight timing belt noise that it makes, like the little noise. I don't mind having that if it means that it gets rid of the noisy CAS. So we'll do that tomorrow. But for now, we're gonna cruise home. I'm probably gonna edit this video. I am beyond happy and ecstatic about just how good this car feels, even with timing pulled out of the top end and it being super safe. It's way more responsive, yeah, and I can't wait till this thing has 1 bar of boost. We've literally just been running it on 0.5, so it's gonna be awesome. Here's that tunnel I was telling you guys about on the one gun. It's like dead straight and goes for like 10 kilometers, so it's perfect for it. Back home now, and man, does the Skyline feel so good now that the fueling's all on point, the timing's on point. The only thing left to do now is turn on the boost, but everything else is perfect, so it will scale well when the boost is turned on tomorrow. So I'm really hyped, and I cannot thank Darren enough from Tune Performance in Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. He's been an absolute champ, helping me diagnose all the issues and get everything sorted. And actually, I was talking with him. He's thoroughly enjoyed the whole remote tuning process with me, and he asked if I had any friends that needed help as well with this same thing. Being in Japan, and a lot of people over here just don't know how to do anything with aftermarket ECUs like Link Heltec and ECU Masters, Adaptronic, all that kind of stuff. And I said, you know what, man, I'm gonna just tell everyone in the videos that if you need help with any remote diagnostics, or remote tuning or anything like that, and you're self-aware to the point that I am, where you can work and solve things and work with him, then that's perfect. I'm going to put a link in the description for you guys to be able to get in contact with him to get, which will take you to his company's Facebook page. If you don't know anything about Darren, he actually owns a workshop in Australia called Tune Performance, has his own dyno and everything, and he's literally working on Nissans all day, every day, as well as other Toyotas and stuff like that. He's also done a bunch of cool builds, so when you go click on that link and check out his Facebook page, you'll see exactly what I mean. But all of that aside, yeah, if you guys have an aftermarket ECU like a Link or a Heltec, you have the Lambda kit or the AFR kit that plugs into the ECU so that you can monitor everything in real time, like fuel pressure, your AFRs, you'll need an intake air temperature sensor, map sensor, all that kind of stuff that, you know, is kind of the whole reason why you get an aftermarket ECU like a Link or Heltec. Then he can do that. He can do remote diagnostics, remote tuning, and things like that. So if you're interested, you want to get in contact with him and get him to help you out, link is in the description. Check it out. I'm sure a lot of you guys who are living crazy places like me, well, I mean, living in Japan isn't so crazy. It's just living in places where no one knows what they're doing when it comes to aftermarket ECUs. It's definitely been a massive learning curve. I've had to learn so much, and it's been great as well having Darren having to help me out so much. So with that all aside, once again, if you need any help with remote tunes or diagnostics, he's your man, link in the description. And putting that all aside, I also do want to also shout out my merch. Get yourself some SAMMIT epic merch, air fresheners, jet tags, flight tags, whatever you call them. Also, a variety of stickers that you guys are going to love. So just check it out, links in the description, sammit.net/shop. Every single thing that you guys purchase helps me out a bunch. So I do want to push that. But otherwise, today was awesome. Seriously, I feel so good. Probably my thumbnail also portrays that. I'm just so excited that the Skyline's finally, I can see the end prize. Tomorrow's going to be the day, drifting on Sunday. And I'm just going to go there and have fun. I'm going to drift, have fun, enjoy it. If we get podium, we get podium. If we don't get podium, we don't get podium. All I care about is having fun and showing you guys the ride and the experience. So, thanks for watching. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Definitely get yourself some SAMMIT merch, and I'll see you all in tomorrow's video. Peace out. Jamata.